Welcome to Sold Sistas podcast. I'm Cairo.
I'm Future.
I'm Tay.
We have an amazing guest for you guys. I don't even know. You're all the things. The baddest. Yatavia.
Hi. So I am here because I just love Future.
Really?
I just really love people ask me on podcasts all the time. I'm like, no.
It's good to be loved.
So I just genuinely have love for her. I literally met her like 3 years ago.
Time is going by so fast.
It is crazy. Getting our hair done. Shout out to our hairstylist.
Yes. Shout out to Cherie.
Yeah, she keeps us fly.
Crowned by Ree.
Yes.
She's not going to text you back, but she's going to be there for that appointment.
She's not. She definitely is not. Yes,
We hair look good.
So
thank you. She's amazing.
Take it off.
So we're going to talk about how we first met?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I like to talk about how me and Yatavia met because we met, like, the way we met is so authentic, and it was such like a girl's moment where she came in and was talking to Cherie, and I inserted myself in the conversation because she was telling Cherie how she had met a great guy who was doing all the things, taking her on shopping sprees, and I mean like $30,000 in Louis Vuitton, buying the bags, doing all of the things. And I jumped into that conversation like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Well, one guy won't do it, another one will. And we just clicked. We got each other's Instagram, and it went from there.
Yeah, we did.
I think the first time I lucky I feel like I showed you one of the properties.
You did.
Yeah. And then the second time Future was talking about like, oh, you gotta meet my client.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I'm like, okay, let me come to y'all showing. So
She did ask to come.
Showing that for the house that they live in now. And I was just like, okay, she's amazing. And when we started the podcast, she was one of the first people where I was like, we should have her on to just talk, because personally, I feel like you have like this aura about you, that feminine energy. You are like a super boss, but every day it's just you popping. And I feel like the girlies need to hear more about how to kind of marry that like boss energy, feminine, mom, wife, like all the things. How do you do it?
I guess for me, it was not something that came natural.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that.
Just tighten it.
Mm-hmm.
Being married, my husband is very much a very dominant male. And I came in the marriage being a very dominant female. Because I've always been like...
Oh, so Jason broke that ass down.
Yeah, him and God. God moved me real quick. I was like, really, God? I said, I want patience. You send me this husband because I got to have patience with him every day. But yeah, it really did, because I was raised by a boss. My mom was a boss. My dad was a boss. My stepdad was big meat. So I grew up surrounded by money. You know, like I was like, what are you doing? I did that in 9th grade. So I was always used to, I guess, having a lack of respect when it came to men that felt like they was bosses.
That's
I would
honest,
always
though.
feel like,
that is very honest.
That's really honest.
you think you're a boss, you're a worker in my world. Like, that's how I always, so you really had to come.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, my husband heard that. And then I got married, and my husband was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, because you do what you want to do, you say what you want to say, you move how you want to move. So you change. You change for the people that you love and that you want to keep around. And then I had to get in the Bible and realize what the role of a wife, really was.
So
that Bible will get you together.
That's what I said. God will humble you real quick.
Yes.
Like, okay, let's put a reflection of you, what you think you're doing. So I had to really step into my feminine. I really had to really let my guard down. Oh, I still being myself. Like I still tell him, like, I would never want to be one of those wives that just sit at home. Like I couldn't be. Like, that's not part of my personality. I'm more competitive. Like, what you bring in for the month? Let's see if you match what I brought in. Like, like I'm more that way. So I still feel like it's a balance, but learning to let him lead and to be the provider that God meant for him to be, while being able to be his helpmate, I think has really.
Do you feel like Jason made that easier for you, being the man that he is, that he came in and allowed you to kind of like lean into that feminine space?
I think it was work.
Okay.
Because we're coming up on 2 years of marriage in December.
Well, that's the hump. Once you get over that 2, you're good. You got to get over that 2.
I was about to say.
Once you get over that 2, you're good.
No, marriage is some work. I mean, just the hardest business I've been in. I'm like filing for bankruptcy. But so I think he had to learn too.
Yeah.
Because I think my husband was used to women that wasn't like how I was. They were very submissive. They were very like, hop on one foot and bark, like coming to America type of women. Like, and
so y'all challenge each other.
Yeah, we do. We
Like
challenge each
y'all
other
kinda
still.
challenge each other.
Where he was like, this ain't what I'm used to. This ain't what I'm used to. And we both had to be like, okay, let's lean into one another.
Well, you're doing a very, very good job.
Thank you.
Just seeing the way you make sure that you make time to be a wife to your husband and be a mother to your children, just up close and personal. Like I told you before, like I love the fact that Faith and Destiny get to see you and see how you move, to see how other women operate within like that boss space.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely. I think it's so important for Black women to see other Black women empower each other. I was just telling Jason that's one of the businesses another business we're thinking about starting is my Wire Foundation. And I was like, I definitely want to start something with children who have lost a parent.
Yes.
And they don't know about financial literacy. They don't know, that my mom taught me at a young age, my grandma, like, I never moved in with a man ever in my life. Not even my husband. Like, you can move in with me, but I'm not moving in with you. And you can pay all the bills, but I'm going to have a pocketbook somewhere that if you walk out the door, I'm able to sustain my lifestyle.
Right.
And a lot of Black girls, they don't know that. Like, even if you are with a man that is successful, like, you need to have your own success. You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Because not even if he walks out, what about if God takes him before, and then your whole empire is crumbling because your king is gone. Like, being part of a queen, being part of a boss is, if somebody leave you, my husband can walk out the door today. I still have my Bentley. I still got my $1 million house.
Right.
Like, I still got everything that that I would have because I was taught very blessings. I was taught keep your credit good. Like, when we came in, she didn't have to say clean up your credit.
No.
I was like, how much you need down? 80,000. Let me wire you a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think those are things that Black young women are not taught. They're not taught in the household. They're not taught in school.
Right.
So unless you are gravitating to somebody who already has those skills, we're kind of like left to learn it as we go.
Right.
Absolutely.
And a little bit about, so you talked about, I kind of want to go into what you do on a day-to-day. So I know you're an entrepreneur, but what all do you have going on right now?
So right now, this group home is really, it's really more than what I thought it was going to be. It's a lot of hands-on with that.
We need to have a conversation.
Yeah, but they make some money, so I'm trying to scale that up. But that's really been my focus. Darling Dior pretty much runs itself. Like, I have her play. So Dose of Darling Dior is a women's boutique. We are located in Ferndale. Like I said, right next to Future on Woodward.
And what's that website?
www.darlingdior.com.
And that
follow us on
page.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. And our Instagram is Dose of Darling Dior. I've been in business for 9 years now. Coming up.
A blessing.
Yes, absolutely. I started off actually working at a law firm as a paralegal. And he told me I couldn't get some vacation time that I already had. And I was like, okay, I quit. And I was like, I'm going to start. So the person I was with previously was getting the spot to be a tattoo parlor. And we were originally located in River Rouge. And they denied the license for a tattoo shop. They were like, yeah, no, we don't want no tattoo shop here in Jefferson. So the girl who owned the building was like, Tay, every time I see you, always you're so cute. Why don't you open up a clothing store? I was like, no, that's really not.
You said that first.
Totally against that. I got home and he was like, hey, for real, like every time you do go out, people say, like, why don't you try it? If it don't work, it don't work. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I tried it. And I think I made in our first year, easily $250,000. And I was making $100,000.
Oh, yeah, I know you was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I told my grandma, like,
I'm done.
I'm never going never for nobody else again.
I'm done.
Yes. And then after Darling Dior, I ended up getting in some homes. Some family members passed away and I got inherited some homes. I was like, okay, well, let me fix these up and make them some real estate properties. So we got a couple of real estate properties. 2 years ago, I opened up Lux Transportation. So we actually rent out luxury cars as well as Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. So that's something I'm always trying to work in contracts in and out for that. That's always part of my hustle. And then, like I said, the group home that we have. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate this year.
What do you feel like has been the key factor in you being able to juggle everything? Like, do you have an assistant? Do you is it something that you do every day to make sure that you maintain all your businesses?
You know what? I actually haven't had an assistant in 2 years.
Okay.
I'm probably going to get one. I'm
How
going
are you
to have
surviving
to get one.
without an assistant?
I know. I haven't had one in 2 years. I fired my assistant 2 years ago, and I was like, I've been able to do it, but now I probably was definitely going back to be a real estate agent, and
Right.
none of that. I'm gonna have to hire a new assistant, but I'm pretty well like organized. I keep everything in a calendar. I check it off in a time frame, what I gotta do, when I gotta do it, and I just get it done. I've always been like just do it. Yeah,
That's good.
like I gotta
You
get it
give me
done.
that energy, like
Yeah.
it's gotta get done. So
Like I have no options.
Mhm.
I'm the oldest of 6. So
It
for
makes
me,
sense.
it's always been
Okay.
like, there is
You're
no
an older
option.
sister.
There's nobody else. It's me.
How do you handle your employees? How do you handle that space? Because even like being in leadership, that has been like a strain. It took me probably about 2 years to adjust for real. Just my communication style, the way I interact with people. Look at Cairo shaking her head. My communication
What you
style.
want me to do? Want me to
The
be
way,
honest?
you know, just being real. Like I feel like God put me in this position because it has broken me down. As far as like what you just don't get it, because that's my attitude. What you just don't get it, like just do this, and it has made me like, okay, future, you have to learn how to communicate effectively if you want to be in this space.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Especially for me with the transportation company, because it's men. A lot of men drive our trucks. And
Men get you, they gonna try to play on your top.
okay,
You have to let them know,
sometimes I have to
like,
call my husband like, hey, because he ain't gonna like, but
I already know. We love y'all, but
yeah.
it's
And
something
that's
about
probably
that
my
woman.
respect factor, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
And then I just be like, yeah, no.
So you tap him in when it's like a hard conversation.
Yeah, like we had people working for our transportation company that like we pick up like celebrities. Like a lot of times we had a contract with a particular company, and the whole summer that's all we did was picked up celebrities, took them on concerts, took them back. People were like, I mean, grown men. We were getting phone calls from the theater like, your driver is backstage.
Oh my God.
Like, your driver is like that's like we were like what we had. It was so many times we had to have company meetings. Like, you guys cannot. You
That's
are
me.
not
No,
part of the
I'm just
entourage. Like, what? I don't get it.
Not
Harlem shaking backstage.
Park the
Where's the
car,
vehicle?
get out. That's what we like. You're leaving our vehicle. You know, like
That's hilarious.
Oh.
Like it's not, but you doing too much.
my girls. And that's what I'm here. They're like my babies. They're like, future daughter works for me. 2 other girls works for me. They're like, I mean, sometimes I have to get on them too. Like, I have to be like, so why is it 7 outfits in the dressing room? Like, nobody comes in,
Right.
you know, back up. I wasn't doing nothing. I was watching you on the camera. Like, you know, they'd be like, we're sorry, it's not gonna happen again. So, but like I said, being the oldest of 6, for me, patience comes easy for me with dealing with people, I guess.
Okay.
So
That's a blessing. Because patience did not come easy for me.
yeah.
I had to like work on having patience because I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
And
I understand everybody not, you know, like sometimes when I say the mentality, like, why you don't get it? If everybody had your mentality, everybody would be future.
Yeah, and then I had to learn that the same way God gives us grace, you got to be willing to extend that grace.
And
you
mercy.
can't ask for grace and then don't want to extend it. So that was like a big thing for me. Like, chill.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
So another question for you: if there was a young girl who wanted to maybe open up a boutique or start any type of business, what would you tell her she needs to be doing right now? Like,
and it does not have to be like perfect. No, I don't even think it needs to just be professional. Just what type of mentality do they need to adopt?
I would say they need to have the mentality of not trying to let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. This generation is always so quick to be like calling your friends, telling them what you're about to do, calling your homegirl, telling them what you're about to do. Sometimes just talk to God and ask him, this is what you need to be doing, and follow his steps. Let him follow your steps, and then prepare yourself for what you want to do. I think sometimes people talk themselves out of their own blessings,
or they don't let people talk them out of it,
Yeah.
or they're seeing what other people do and they want to do it. That's why I say I do anything that makes me money that I have a passion for. If I don't have a passion for it, I don't care what it is, I'm not doing it. Like,
I think sometimes, like, especially with social media, people feel the need to be reassured more than maybe they did 10, 15 years ago, because that's what social media is. It's like consistent reassurance that you're doing something that people want to see.
absolutely.
If that makes sense. You know?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, I would say I'm always advocate for your credit. Anything that you need to do, get your credit straight. Like, even if you're opening up a business, like, how are you running a business and you can't run your own business, which is you? You're your first number one priority. So you're gonna run your own business around your own life ain't going, you know, right? So my first step would be like, take care of you, because you have to get some dedication in when you're working for yourself. Ain't nobody gonna wake you up and tell me to come into work. Like,
no,
I don't have to come into work. I don't want to because I'm my own boss. But you don't work, you don't eat. I don't get sick time. I don't get vacation time. So you have to have that dedication. A lot of people lack the dedication and discipline.
Yeah.
And they open businesses. I've seen so many boutiques open and close. I've seen so many transportation. And sometimes I catch myself slipping. Like, I'll tell my husband, we'll be going over numbers. I'll be like, this company is not making no money. I want to stop. And he'd be like,
no, you gotta go.
What have you done for that company? I'm like,
that was one of my next questions.
I haven't done no advertising. I haven't run no ads. I done posted that same video, this sprinter 6 times the same way. When do I get a new customer?
No, you got it. You gotta stay on top of what the
darling,
numbers
you are
like,
saying.
Yes,
social media manager like, can you get on TikTok? I'm like, I don't want to do TikTok.
Me and Yatavia that we about to be on TikTok.
Yes, I am. Like, you have to be able to evolve the discipline.
Like, we're gonna make some little videos in Houston. We're gonna be on TikTok. We're gonna be TikToking.
Well, this one come out before Houston, so go and check them out. Because they already on here.
Yes.
Yes. So
we're gonna have a time in Houston.
That's hilarious. Hopefully the Lions will win, and it'll
They're
be
gonna win. We've been doing great.
Yes.
We've been doing great.
Yes.
Okay, now can we talk a little bit about relationships a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
What would you say you have 2 daughters?
Yes.
What do you tell your daughters to look for when it comes to a relationship? Because I know you recently got married to your husband.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something me and my girls talk about. A couple of them are here now. What is it that the girlies need to be looking for so that they can build something like you and your husband?
I would say look for someone that is consistently consistent.
Yes.
Okay.
Because relationships are hard, like anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you continue to show up consistently, it'll work out for you. Consistently think about you, calling you all the time, consistently making dates for you, consistently just showing up when he needs to show up. So many men think it's about the money. And of course, money is of course good, but it's the small things that really do win us over. And I tell people all the time, that's what it was. My husband sent flowers every Tuesday, clockwork.
Oh, y'all send you flowers without y'all being
because beautiful flowers.
Yeah,
all the time.
No, we should because we on the topic and we should go down because I'm married, you married, so we out that game. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Talking to I'm surrounded by younger women, and it's just these some because I know some awesome guys. Some of these guys are. Kyra was told by a guy that you don't get flowers until you're in a committed relationship.
Oh wow, that's crazy. He told you that?
Just for clarity.
Yeah, she blocked
him.
Because
I don't want nobody out here thinking I'm getting dog. That's crazy.
But just for somebody to say that.
He was
he was serious.
He was serious about it. And I was like, that's crazy. But that's somebody raised you to think that shit was cool. That's crazy to me.
Listen, my husband was out of town. He wasn't my husband at the time. He was just my boyfriend. He wasn't my boyfriend. We were dating. Storm had came, and at the time, my daughter's trampoline was down the street. And I sent them this picture, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a storm here. I'm like, look at the trampoline. It's down the street. 2 hours later, it was people in my house Jason sent us here to get that trampoline. He was out of town. I'm like, Jay, I did not ask you. I was just trying to tell you.
For real.
He consistently was consistent.
It's about seeing that somebody cares about you. I was talking to somebody up here yesterday. I can't remember who was here. And I said that before me and Michael started dating, it was the little stuff. We worked together initially. And when it snowed, he would go clean. I didn't have to clean off my car. Mm-hmm. They knew, I guess. But he would go clean off my car once I guess he started liking me. And then when he went to go clean off my car the first time, I did not have a brush. So he's like, you don't have a brush? So he went and got his, and he brought me one here the next day. And I used to wear little ankle socks because I was a mess when I worked for the state. So he brought me the little brush, and he brought me some long socks and long winter socks and a little care packet and brought it to work for me. And I was just like, oh,
I know.
That made me smile. That made me smile.
My husband still does the small things. And I seen something on Instagram the other day, and this guy said, when you see my wife, you'll know that she's well taken care of.
Period.
By the places you don't even see her at. And he's like, you never see my wife at a car wash. That's my husband. I was like, I get a car wash. I get a car wash. Gas. Period. You never see me at a gas station. My husband's always getting gas. A tire. I'm not filling up no air. he's always been consistently consistent with making sure like things are taken care of. And then he'll joke about something, and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, putting the batteries in the smoke alarm. I'm like, I didn't hear beeping. Like, I should drop to. I know that. But,
yeah, I love that.
That's one of the things that I absolutely love about him. So yeah.
How has it been? Because I know one of your daughters is a little bit older. Well, how did y'all?
She's 24.
How is that?
I am trying to relate to when I was 21 so that I'm not so hard on her.
It's so hard.
Oh my God.
It's so hard.
Oh, I want to be like, you cannot be my daughter. We cannot be cut from the same cloth.
Oh my goodness.
And then she gets upset. She's like, this is why we need to go to therapy.
I know. Get her a little therapy.
She has therapy. She's like, we need to go to other door.
Y'all need to go to group therapy.
Yeah, she do.
I be asking Destiny, what you say to your lady?
She always.
We're not always talking about you. What you talking about?
But I just feel but my daughter, she actually dates only Arabic guys, which is so crazy. Because I remember when I was 18, I brought an Arabic guy home. And like I told y'all, my mama was gangster, from the streets. She was street smart and book smart, but she gave it to you raw. She wasn't one of those sugarcoat mom. And he walked in the door, and my mama was like, he can turn back around because you can't walk in his house. And I was like, Mom. And she's like, what's your name? He was like, Sam. I didn't forget it. She's like, Sam, can my daughter walk into your house like you just walked into my house? He was like, no, ma'am.
He said no. He told the truth?
Yeah, he did. She was like, I didn't think he could.
He told the truth?
That's a mama right there.
She did.
Where's your daughter meeting these guys at?
I have no idea. She's like, Mom, that's all that's attracted to me.
That's how your daughter sounds.
And not that my best friend is Arabic, not to be my best friend, but literally, my godson is Black and Arabic. So I have no problem with whoever she brings home. He's welcome to our home. He comes for holidays, but it's not the same for them. So that's my battle with my 21-year-old. Now I'm just love who loves you
and can love you freely. That's the thing.
Openly.
They have to be able to love you freely and openly. You can date whoever you want to date, but make sure that they can reciprocate the same kind of love that they're requiring from you. That's fair from anybody.
Absolutely. And she's like, Mom, you are so, oh my God. Or I'd be like, she's like, we're going to have time to visit him. I'm like, you bet not. Leave your Amex here. And she's like, Mom, he's 26 years old. He doesn't have money like that.
Yeah, me neither. You don't either. You don't either.
Because I'm paying that Amex bill.
You don't have money either.
I don't know. I guess at 21, I was maybe an advanced 21-year-old.
I thought I was grown. Destiny, I know she don't even tell me certain stuff because I'd be like, you better not be fooling with nobody. You need this little money from me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
don't be doing too much and need too much from me.
Yes, I know. Okay.
What,
Kyra? I'm like, why am I still paying this bill?
But it's just, I know, you gotta grow. You gotta get there.
But I'm not gonna make it easier for no guy to get down on you neither. We see who's good for our kids. Absolutely. If it's somebody who's good and respectable, and we know that they have great intentions and that they are growing into a great from a great young man to a grown man, we can see that. But when we see that BS, it's he lying. His daddy don't got a Maybach.
Yeah.
Me and Destiny argue. She's like, he showed me the Maybach. I said he doesn't have a Maybach. She was trying to go to. Let me stop because Destiny gonna be mad.
That's what I talking about my daughter. This is why I don't tell you nothing. I want on the podcast.
No, because boss be doing too much. They be doing so much. They be with my mama. I'm like, girl.
She gonna be like, why did you put me in it? Why was I doing it? We're gonna start a whole argument. It is what it is.
Lastly, if you could describe yourself with 3 words, what would that be?
I should actually want to say God-friendly first.
Yeah.
Because God allows me to do anything that I'm actually able to do. So I always actually want to give him the head and the lead of my life first. So that's the very first thing I would use to describe myself as God-fearing. I guess the second thing I would describe myself as motivated. Not just for others, for myself. I motivate myself every day. I always feel like the only person I'm in competition with is the person I was last year.
Period.
The person I was yesterday. And I guess then the last one would be
go on and say humble so we can string that stuff together.
I might want to switch it up, but definitely humble, I was gonna say a little humble baddie, but
you know. You
walking past it. I'm like, girl, walking past the window, she just be saying
that's such a baddie.
Yeah, but I thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
So fun.
No,
We
we thank you for
appreciate you for
coming.
coming.
She was on time too. That's why. See, that's why she got all the money.
Yes, I'm very.
Because she was on time. She walked in right on time. We was about to start with my.
Yes.
She like, I'm here. Let's go.
Thank you for this platform too for other young women to see that it is possible to be whatever you want to be. Do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
You know, set your eye on it. Don't let no guy, don't let no sister, don't let no baby, don't let no nothing stop you from being what you want to be. The only person can stop you is yourself.
That's it.
All right, give us your tags one more time for.
So if you're looking for transportation, follow us on Instagram at Lux Transportation. That's LUXE_transportation. If you're looking to be a cute baddie and you need something to wear, follow us at Dose of Darling Dior on Instagram, or you can follow us on our website at www.darlingdior.com. And if you are looking for housing, you can follow us on Instagram at First Care Home Care. So if you have someone that needs some loving and they want a home that's away from home, we got you covered.
All righty.
All right.
Follow everyone. Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right. See y'all next time. Oh yeah.
Like, share, comment.
All the things.
All of the things.
Subscribe.
See you next time. Bye y'all.